I love being around the game. I love being on the ice. I've always been intrigued by the strategy and the tactics. My last few years playing, I knew that I wanted to get involved in coaching in some capacity. But when the opportunity presented itself for me to get involved as the head coach with the Providence Bruins right off of playing, I couldn't turn it down.
Let's push the pace here. Sid, you're going to carry a puck. Adam, you got a puck. Ready?
Every experience, I think, is unique. Every team, the way they operate is a little bit different, but the dynamics of coaching, I think, remain the same. I think the greatest learning experiences that you go through is just the interactions with the players and how you handle situations, whether it be with top players or with the role players or the team as a whole. So I've been through a fair amount of both successes and failures. Every one of them has been a great learning experience for me. As far as coming to the rink every day, it's been kind of a baptism by fire. I'm trying to come to the rink to try to make this team better. Each and every day, we want to get better as individuals. We want to get better as a team. And I think if we do that, then the results are going to follow.
It was mid-December, and the Penguins were one game into Mike Sullivan's tenure as head coach. Even so, Sullivan wasn't the newest member of the organization. Rob Scuderi was traded to Chicago for Trevor Daley, and heading into a home-and-home series against the Bruins, the Penguins were hoping that some of these changes would start paying dividends.
I think what makes the experience as good as it's been for me so far has been the quality of the players. Just as people, I think we've got good people, and they care, and they want to win.
When you get a new voice in the room, I think everybody pick up their game. Everybody started playing a little more on their toes.
It's a chance for everybody to have a new start.
Playing for Sullivan wasn't new for winger Connor Sheary, who was under the coach's tutelage in the AHL. Still, Sheary found a way to experience something new.
It was surreal. I didn't actually see it go in, which is kind of weird. I saw a couple of guys sally on the ice, so I decided to put my hands up to it. But no, it was a pretty cool feeling. And against Boston, a hometown team, is pretty cool as well.
Here's a run. He scores.
It was tough, obviously. We haven't played our best, and they start to find their game.
I didn't have the chance to play those games. I was injured, but I was certainly watching them. It was frustrating the first few games. Teams were doing a lot of good things, and they were working really hard. Not capable of getting the first win for Mike was hard.
Tonight, from the Consol Energy Center, the National Hockey League presents the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Carolina Hurricanes.
For me, this game has always been about emotion and about passion and playing with that necessary energy and emotion that it takes to be successful. It would have been nice to get immediate results. Even though we didn't get the results, we felt as though as a coaching staff that we were making progress. And I think the challenge with that is to try to convince your group to continue to believe.
I think Coach did a really good job, calm us down in the locker room. Even he saw we were frustrated.
We just had the message to stay with it. It was kind of easy when the coach is on your side and he knows that you're playing well and not coming in and screaming at you every period or whatever it is.
When you don't get the results, and you're asking them to believe and buy into a certain style of play or an identity, it's important at some point that you get the results so that it reinforces the belief in the identity. And so when it didn't come right away, one of our challenges as a coaching staff was to continue to convince the team and the players that this identity is the right way to play and that if we continue to play this way, the results will follow.
4 days before Christmas, the Penguins finally earned the result they'd been waiting for and were able to give out a few gifts before the holiday break.
It was nice to get a win. You know, I was happy for the players to get rewarded for their efforts.
That felt great. We're a really good team when we get the first few goals there. Like, we just keep rolling, and it seems like things start to go our way.
Matt Murray gets his first career win in the National Hockey League.
I'm thrilled for Matt. You know, I can't say enough about him as a player and a person. I think as a young man in this league, he's mature beyond his years.
Real quick, first NHL win. I'm sure he's been waiting for this one for a while.
It took us 5 to get him his first one, but congratulations.
It was a solid effort. I loved our energy. I loved our enthusiasm, our emotion. That's the way we have to play consistently. I commend you guys. That effort was solid. We can turn this thing into a run here, and the reality is, the way the league is, in 2 weeks, all of a sudden we could be in a totally different spot. So let's remember this feeling and what it takes.
The day after Christmas, the Penguins got back to work, but not before having a few days off at home for the holidays.
For the body, it's great to have a few days off, but I think for the mind, it's huge. You think about your family, you think about your friends, people that are close to you.
It's nice we had a few days at home up here in Minnesota. It's always fun to bring my boys home and get out on the outdoor ponds a little bit and have some fun.
This will be a big game for the Penguins, trying to post a second consecutive win, coming off a victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets, snapping a 5-game losing streak.
We've had a couple good games here lately, and we're starting to turn things around, and it's important for us to kind of keep that momentum going.
I thought it was a real solid effort throughout the 60 minutes. Everybody made contributions. The top guys were terrific.
Crosby, he shoots and scores! Sidney Crosby with a rocket. I don't know what he had at Christmas, Sidney Crosby, but he's flying right now.
I thought that Minnesota game was one of the more complete games that we've played since I've been the coach. To establish some traction with this team, it's nice to string a few wins together in a row. But probably more importantly right now for me is reinforcing that identity and how we have to play in order to be successful.
Score! The Penguins get the next goal, and it is Eric Fehr who delivers it.
It's a really good team effort. Our power play got it done. We played the right way, all right? Let's just keep going here. Good job tonight.
Yeah!
They'd have no choice. There was no easing back into the schedule for Pittsburgh, flying north after the game into Manitoba to face a physical Winnipeg Jets team 24 hours later.
Come on, White. Dumo, kick it back here. Hey, you got wings. Two wings. He's alone.
Bonino and Porter keeping the Jets bottled up in their own zone. Buffalo near side. Little shoots, hit the goalpost.
Pressure him there. Go.
Kunis.
Hey.
20 seconds to go on the penalty. Bonino shooting and a save by Hellebuck, and he hauls in that rebound.
Keep going here, White. Come on, it's coming.
Return pass now. Coming to the net is Little. Pulled from behind. Stopped by Sackhoff. Penalty coming up. Let's see if it's a penalty shot. It will be. We've got a penalty shot awarded here to Brian Little.
How's it going? High glove?
Yes, now moving to the net. Little comes in the right-hander. Score! He beat him on the glove-hand side. The Jets take the 1-0 lead.
That was a disappointing game from our side. Our goalie was the best player on the ice, and he's been playing really good, and it seems like every time he plays, the team don't have the best push in front of him.
You run into a hot goalie and he made a couple saves, and I think with a minute left, one of their defensemen dove in front of that puck, and I mean that could have sent it to overtime and at least got us a point, but those are the bounces and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Puck luck. It's a fickle thing that even the sharpest hockey minds have yet to master. There's nothing a player can do to obtain it, but practicing doesn't hurt.
One left, this way!
Because of the condensed schedule around the Christmas break and the amount of games that we played, we just haven't had a lot of time to get on the ice and practice. So we've made a lot of the adjustments that we've made on the fly.
The last game in Winnipeg, we turned the puck over 8 times between the blue lines in the first period. 8 times.
To actually have an opportunity to get on the ice and practice some of the concepts that we've been trying to implement can only clarify the message that we're trying to send.
We'll get some pace, we'll get some flow here, and see if we can't have an energetic practice, all right? Here we go. Let's push the pace here. Sid, you're gonna carry your puck. Ready? Speed. Get over. That's it. Good shot, Tanger, good shot.
Coach, he's a pretty calm guy. When he needs to show his emotion, he's not scared of it. When he wants something from a player, he will get it.
That's not it. Sake. Do it right.
There's no gray zone. He's hard on us. He wants us to be in really good shape and be able to compete every night.
Go with pace. Go hard, Horny. Challenge the middle. Hold up. Don't leave till you get the puck so you allow the slash to take place. You ready, Nick? You ready? Here we go. Go. Once the white goes, you guys will just follow it in behind. If you need a left winger, let me know, I'm ready. There it is. There it is. That's the play right there. Center ice. The schedule tomorrow, we'll have a 9:45 video meeting. We'll give you a special teams pre-scout, and then we'll go from there. We'll have a lineup and all that stuff for you in the morning. All right? Good job today.
As the calendar year was coming to a close, Pittsburgh's calendar read 3 games in 4 days. Resiliency was on the agenda.
I think we stick with it the whole game there. We didn't change anything. We were down twice in that game and we didn't change our mindset.
We had a lot of offense. Shots are always good, shots create chances, but again, one of those games that we couldn't put another one in.
That was kind of a wild game, if you ask me. I loved our resilience, I loved our energy and our emotion in the game. It looked to me like we were trying to outscore them instead of trying to outplay them. And I think that's something that this team is going to have to keep itself in check to understand that the best way to have consistent success in this league isn't always to try to outscore your opponent, but it's to try to outplay your opponent.
Pittsburgh faced another opponent less than 24 hours later, but before the calendar turned, the Penguins may have found their turning point.
First 4 or 5 shifts, I think we were great. We were applying a lot of pressure on them, and they got quick 2 goals, and it kind of killed our momentum.
I think that was for sure the biggest point of this season so far. When we came in the room there after the first period, we didn't play good at all, and then came out of it as a new team in the second period. I think that just turned our season around right there.
I felt the same way. You could feel the energy on the bench. You could feel the juice on the bench. That for me is important as a coach. I want to have a team that has some energy, that has some fire, that plays with a little bit of swagger. And we can feel that on the bench with each game that we're playing now. And it really started in that Detroit game.
The National Hockey League presents the Pittsburgh Penguins against the New York Islanders.
I think we build off the Detroit game on that one for sure. You can tell on our energy from the first shift.
I think our leadership group did a really good job as far as getting us off to the type of start that we needed.
We played the right way. We managed the puck. We didn't give their top player many chances to score on the rush or in the 5-on-5 situations.
Marc-Andre Fleury, who missed 8 games, is back between the pipes.
Oh, we really need him if we're gonna do it this year. He's so calm back there.
Well, he's huge. Usually he's playing around 70 games a year or so. But he's also really important in our room. Obviously, he calms our group. He's a pretty laid-back guy that's always happy, always smiling, ready to go.
A lot of great efforts. Dude, welcome back. You were sick. Sid, Collie, but I gotta go with the dude.
The dude led the Penguins to their first win in 2016, and a few of the dudes went out to celebrate.
Let's keep it classy here, guys. Thought we had a rule, no phones at dinner.
Have you guys ever played that game where like everyone puts their phone?
Okay, let's do it. Phone's on the table.
Yours blends in, nice cover, bud.
I know, it's a great cover. Hardwood.
What happens here if you touch it?
Pay for dinner. That wine was not cheap. I'm gonna swirl and I'm gonna sniff it, but I don't know what it does.
Such a connoisseur.
Good. Oh, I gotta taste it. Delicious. Cheers, boys.
Must be a good time to use our phones.
Conversation gets dull, you just want to go for your phone, but you can't. Hey, oh, here we go. What a meal.
I'm fired up.
So good. I know. You know why I like it? Because 11's my number.
Thank you.
11. Perfect. It's got to be good.
Oh, I got something. Phone call.
No. Oh boy, who is it?
Home.
Oh, that's a dangerous one.
I have a text now too, Dumo. Unless he's picking up the bill, I ain't looking. Must be a group chat you guys didn't get invited to.
No, most likely. You watch The Bachelor?
Oh, it's about that for sure.
It's gotta be.
You guys are doing a draft?
Yeah, Friday on the plane.
Shears is so disappointed.
I want to be in it so bad. I haven't missed a premiere in like 4 years.
Oh, here we go.
I forgot how good this was.
What?
Of course, that's pretty impressive.
You want a bite of this? Here you go. My teeth almost come out every time I take a bite of this. You never know what's in here.
You have them in your hand right now.
Dunzo.
Oh, that's good.
11.
The Penguins had been on a steady climb, playing much better hockey as of late, and it was time for a litmus test, a home-and-home series against the defending champs.
It's an important week for us in terms of trying to continue the traction that we've started to establish in this last stretch of games.
Feels like a little more of a playoff series. Get a little more intensity out there because you know you're gonna play them the next day again.
You just tried to send a message from the first game that that's the way we played, that's what's going you have to face the next game too, and we won't deviate from that.
Slap on the tag, it goes in! Wow, that one came out of nowhere. The Penguins are tied at 2. Fleury again, flopping to make a save. Here's Panarin, hopping towards the goal, shoots. The Blackhawks have won another game in overtime.
In hockey, working overtime is obligatory, something Penguins strength and conditioning coach Alex Trinka is well aware of. After getting to Chicago around 2 a.m., he was up a few hours later.
At the end of the day, we're trying to make any type of workout or any type of activity as easy as possible for the guys in terms of setup and logistics. What you try to do is try to create an environment conducive to winning. A lot of times the guys just kind of see it as on-ice performance, but there's so many things that we have to do to try to support that on-ice performance. Things like fueling the body from a nutrition perspective, being able to facilitate recovery from a nutrition perspective, and training also plays a pretty significant piece in that.
We'll do some distraction stuff to see if we can get a little more mobility in the joints here.
Coming into the second half of the season here, to be able to have the strength, the endurance, and the wherewithal to be able to sustain your performance through a pretty grueling schedule is, I think, something that we play a direct role in. For us, it's always trying to optimize that process and getting the guys to buy in and understanding that it's not just what happens on the ice, but what happens the other 20 hours of the day.
Thanks, dude.
Anytime.
The second half of the test was that night, and in a familiar setting for former Blackhawk Trevor Daley.
When you play the home and home, they're exciting. There's usually some animosity that gets built up, which creates excitement and emotion.
Hey! That's it, fellas.
Bonino across, and Porter couldn't get the shot away.
Hold up for that one. That's it, fellas. Good shit, babe. Bad boy.
Panarin with a shot, he scores!
Keep coming here. I'll go to your side if you get it. Hey, switch, go on. Come on.
I heard you yell for that, and then call off as soon as I was letting it go.
Kessel setting up Malkin for a drive, he scores! Oh, Panarin fires off the faceoff and he scores!
The Penguins still had some work to do. Luckily, their final exam was still 3 months away, and after a brief stop in Pittsburgh, the team got back to work, hitting the road once again, this time to Montreal, a place with a little more significance for a few of the Penguins.
Just going to catch a plane, going to Montreal. Be a chance for me to see my family a little bit tonight, go for dinner, and big match tomorrow against the Canadiens. They're a good team right now, they've been playing well, and it's going to be a good challenge for us. So. I'm from a small town, and it's like an hour away, so I grew up cheering for the Canadiens, because they were close. If you go a little more north, then people would cheer for Quebec, the Nordiques, but everybody's south of it though. It's pretty much a Montreal fan. Growing up, I think everybody gets skating at a pretty young age. Football is a big sport for the United States, so I think for us, hockey is the main one. It's still special, to play against a team you cheer for growing up. My family, my friends, they come watch the game, and being from there, you always want to do well, you want to win, that's for sure. So hopefully everything goes well. How you doing? Thank you.
It's a Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. Tonight from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada, the National Hockey League presents the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Montreal Canadiens.
Tom Kuhnhackl playing his first NHL game. I can only imagine what that locker room's like right now. Brian Rust also back, still a youngster. He'll also be in the lineup tonight.
They drop the puck and the Penguins win the draw.
That's it, Tanger. That's how to spread it. Stay with it. Stay with it here.
Head to Desharnais. Speeding to center. And then he heads the puck down the fire and he cuts in and a shot.
We got to beat people back, boys. We got to beat people back. We got to raise our intensity here. Bones, Rusty, Tommy Kuhnhackl up next.
Hey, let's go, boys, hey?
Bonino has a man wide open, cutting in. Rust shoots and he scores.
Nice play. Good job, Bones. Rusty, is that your first NHL goal? It's a pretty good one.
Subban, Markov, one-timer. Ow, that hurt Porter.
That's a big block. Give him a tap. Big block for you. There's he. Hey! Hey!
Ian Galchenyuk has it now. He works it up top. Markov. Good read by Eric Ferry. Picked it off. Comes to center with the empty net. Takes it to the net, and he scores. Eric Ferry with a great defensive play.
Great job. Gutsy effort. We found a way down the stretch there. Really good stuff. All right? Good job tonight. Nice job, Rusty.
At the end of the day, hockey, for the men in this room, is a job. It's how they provide for their families. It's a source of pride for their friends. But at its core, hockey isn't a job. It's a passion. It's a love. It's a magnet that pulls everyone together. The lure of winning is strongest when it's done for others. That's the essence of a team. And at the midpoint of the season, that's the force that's pulling these Penguins together.
Come on, bud. Come on. Come on. Go get him. Go get him.
You want to lick the snow?
Mm-hmm.
What a dog.
We just got him.
The Sidney Crosby bobblehead, we choose it every day.